This new YouTube channel called Sleepless Historians has been going crazy. Just in the past 14 days, they've racked up around 9 million views and possibly made up to $36,000 in just 14 days. Now, if we take a closer look at their channel, they only started posting around 2 months ago, and every single one of their videos is over an hour long. And get this, every piece of content on their channel is fully generated by AI. With literally just 61 videos, they've managed to pull in around 14.2 million views and have already passed 400,000 subscribers, which is honestly wild. Now, in this full course, I'm going to walk you through how these channels are using AI tools in a smart way to automate and create these videos in under 15 minutes. I'll also show you the exact formula they're using to go viral with every single upload. I'm also going to walk you through the exact method they use to make their viral thumbnails. I'm literally going to show you how to recreate their thumbnails from scratch, step by step. Every single tool we'll be using today is 100% free, so anyone, anywhere can start this niche now. To make things easier, I put together a Google Doc with all the steps and prompts we'll be using to automate the whole process from start to finish. Now, the first thing we need to do is grab the script, but before we even get to that, we need to understand how the channel we're modeling actually makes their videos. So let's check out what some of their videos look like first.
It's something a little darker, a time of plagues, punishments, and pottage. We're diving into what life was really like during the Middle Ages.
Okay, so it looks like what they're doing is mixing the history niche with a chill lofi vibe, then making the videos perfect for people who want something to fall asleep to. And since these videos are over an hour or even 2 hours long, that means they're stacking up ad revenue, because the longer the video, the more they earn from AdSense. So now that we've got a good idea of what their videos look like, it's time to come up with some ideas of our own. Head over to the Google Doc I made for you and copy every single prompt under the idea generation section. Then paste it into the chatbot of your choice. I'm using ChatGPT, but you can totally use DeepSeek, Claude, or Autopilot, just anything you are comfortable with. Now, this idea generation prompt is totally editable. You just need to set how many ideas you want your chatbot to come up with. This prompt is designed to make your chatbot think like the channel we're modeling, so it really gets the vibe and type of videos we want to create. Nice, it just came up with a bunch of video ideas in this niche and what each video is about. Now you can simply pick any concept you vibe with, then head over to the Google Doc and copy the prompt under the script section. Then head over to your chatbot and paste that prompt. Once you paste the prompt into your chatbot, you'll notice a few editable parts. The editable part just has a couple of placeholders you need to swap out with your own input. For this prompt, there are two main placeholders. One is where you paste the idea for the script you're working on, and the other is where you set the word count. The first thing you need to do is copy one of the ideas or concepts your chatbot came up with, then paste it into the part of the prompt that says, paste your idea here. Now, the next thing we need to do is set the word count. Here's the tricky part. The channels we're modeling make videos that are up to 2 hours long, so we need to aim for around 15,000 to 20,000 words. Or you could go with any number in between. I'm going with 15,000 words, so I'll just drop that into my prompt. And once that's done, I'll go ahead and send the full prompt to my chatbot. Now, as you probably know, most chatbots can't generate 15,000 words in one go. So the way I design the prompt is simple. Your chatbot will give you anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 words per session. Once it drops the first batch, it'll usually ask, should I continue? Just type continue, and it'll keep generating more batches until you hit the full 15,000 words for your script. So just keep repeating the process. It'll come in batches, and all you have to do is keep typing continue each time until you've gotten the full script with all the word count. Now, once you've received every single batch and your full script is complete, the next step is to copy the first batch of the script and head over to CapCut. CapCut just rolled out a brand new AI video maker in their software, and honestly, it's mind-blowing. Now, once you've copied the first batch of your script and opened up CapCut, click on the AI video maker. It's completely free, so no stress. it should take you straight to the interface, and from there, just click on the Instant Video feature to get started. Now, once you click on the Instant Video feature, you'll land on a fresh interface. The first thing you need to do is paste your script. After that, click on the voiceover option and pick a voice you like. I personally go with Valentino's voice because it has that deep, rich tone that fits this type of video perfectly. After that, scroll through the image style options. Since we're modeling a specific channel, you'll want to choose either neoclassic style images or Roman art style images, as that's what the original channel uses for their aesthetic. So just scroll through and pick any style of images you vibe with. Once you've selected the style, go ahead and click the Create button and let CapCut do its thing. Now, here's what CapCut's going to do. It'll create the voiceover, add all the pauses, and even cut out any unwanted audio. Then it'll generate the visuals, edit both the video and audio, and sync everything perfectly, all with just one click. So basically, it makes the entire video for us, including all the editing, without any stress at all. Now, once it generates everything, you are going to land on an interface that looks like a preview or editor workspace. This is where you can check out everything CapCut has done so far. As you'll see, it did a solid job generating the video and matching the visuals perfectly with the voiceover, using just the script we gave it. Before we move forward, if this video has been helpful so far, make sure to hit that like button. It took a lot of time to put all this together, so come on, hit that button. Now we need to tweak a few things. First off, we've got to remove the captions because the channel we're modeling doesn't really use them. Just click on the element feature in this tab, then switch off the captions template. Since captions aren't part of the original channel's style, we're keeping it clean. Just play the video to see how all the scenes turned out. One more cool thing about this new CapCut feature is that if you see any part or image you don't vibe with, you can just regenerate it. Just click on the image you want to regenerate, and a menu like this should pop up. Now, just pick the image style you want the new image to be in. Remember, we are going with neoclassic or Roman art. So once you choose the model or style, go ahead and click Regenerate. CapCut will automatically generate a new set of 4 different image options for you to pick from. Just choose the one you like best and hit Add to Scene. That will make CapCut swap the new image in and replace the old image. You can just preview the whole video to see how everything looks and flows together, and if anything feels off, you can still tweak the visuals. Now, once everything looks good and flows the way you want, the next step is simple. Just click the export button, choose your resolution, 1080p at 30 FPS is perfect, then give your video a name, something like Part 1 since it's the first batch of your script, and hit Export to save it. Now, this batch gives you around 10 minutes of footage, but since the channel we're modeling makes videos that are up to an hour long, you'll need to repeat this process about 4 or 5 times. So just grab the next batch of your script, the second one, and go through the same steps again to keep building up your full video. Now, you'll need to repeat this process about 3 to 4 times to cover the full script, since each batch gives you around 10 to 15 minutes of video. Just keep going until your entire script is done. Now, once you're done with all the batches, it's time to import every single one you created one by one into CapCut. You'll bring them all in so you can start stitching everything together into one full video. What I like to do is keep all my files organized in one folder. So I just import that entire folder into CapCut. Then I open the folder inside CapCut and drag each file onto the timeline in the exact order I made them. Since I named the batches as Part 1, Part 2, and so on, I just add them one by one in that same order to keep everything neat and smooth. Perfect. Once you've added all the parts to the timeline, you should have around 1 hour to 2 hours of footage. For us, it came out to about 1 hour 30 minutes. Since CapCut's AI video maker already handled most of the editing, the visuals and audio already look great, so now we are simply merging everything to make the video as long as needed. We can also throw in some effects and sound designs. The first thing we need to drop in is the fire burning overlay. It's a signature element the channel we're modeling consistently uses, with flames subtly running throughout the entire video. This gives the visuals more atmosphere and keeps things visually engaging.
Relax now.
I am also going to add the vignette effect to darken the edges of the video. This helps give the entire project a more cinematic and immersive feel, which matches the tone of the videos we're modeling. One more thing the channel we are modeling always does is add a subtle background track of firewood burning or fire crackling. They keep the volume low, like around 10 to 20%, and it works super well to create a chill, cozy vibe that helps people relax or even fall asleep. Now, you can either grab your sound effects straight from CapCut by searching for the one you want in the sound effects tab, or you can head online to sites like pixabay.com to download free sound effects. Totally up to you, but honestly, you'll probably find longer clips on Pixabay. So honestly, it's just smart to get your sound effects from outside sources. It gives you more freedom to play around and get the exact vibe you're going for. Now, once you download the sound effect, just drop it into CapCut and lower the volume a bit. Then you'll need to duplicate it and spread it out across the timeline so it plays all the way through your 1 or 2 hour video. Simply copy the clip, which is your fire crackling sound effect, and keep pasting it across the timeline. Okay, now your final result should look something like this.
Our story today begins in a secluded mountain village where moonlight weaves silver threads across sloping rooftops and ancient stone paths. In this village, nestled among whispering pines and craggy peaks, lives a humble candlemaker named Thomas. As you settle deeper into comfort, envision the faint scent of beeswax and tallow in the cool nighttime air. Let your mind's eye wander to a small workshop where a single window glows with a tender, wavering light. Inside that workshop, the air is still but for the gentle crackle of a hearth. Feel the warmth of that hearth as if it were your own, the soft glow reflecting across wooden beams and earthen walls. Tomas moves with deliberate grace.
Now, one more thing we could do is add some smoke effects. We don't need to overdo it, just drag them in here and there since the channel we are referencing uses them too. Just search for smoke effect and try a few out. Drag the ones you like onto the timeline and play around with how they look. Once everything looks good, it's time to export the final result. To export, you can go with 1080p if you plan to upscale to 4K later, but honestly, the 1080p quality is more than enough.
So imagine you're a peasant in 14th century England. Your doctor is the village wise woman who wanders between mud-dyed cottages carrying a basket of roots. She chants over yarrow and feverfew. If you cough, she'll grind willow bark into a bitter tea. Tokens of hope include a sprig of lavender pinned to your tunic, warding off evil humors. Let's say you're a noble heiress with a cough that won't quit. Your father summons a barber surgeon, razor in one hand, leech jar in the other. He'll bleed you at the elbow, swaddle you in wool, and prescribe a poultice of violets. If that fails, he consults an astrological chart.
Okay, now that we've covered the video creation process and successfully cloned their content style, the next step is making our thumbnails. For this, we're going to use Canva. Just head over to your browser, search for Canva, and sign up using your Google account. Once you've signed up, just click on the Create button, search for YouTube thumbnails, and select a blank canvas to get started. That way you'll have a clean slate to work with and can start designing from scratch. Now, I'm going to duplicate the workspace and upload a model image, which is the channel's most viral thumbnail, the one we're cloning. I'll just keep it there as a reference and use it to guide me while I create a fresh, brand new thumbnail. The first thing we got to do is cover the text. They keep their formatting super consistent, so every thumbnail on their channel looks pretty much the same. I am just going to copy the text they used, then try to find the exact font they used for their thumbnails. Matching their font is key, so everything looks clean and stays true to the style. They normally stretch out their text too, so you might need to do the same. Make it wide enough to cover most of the thumbnail. Around 45% of their thumbnail is just bold text, while the remaining 55% features images of different characters with that Ghibli-style art vibe. After you're done with the text, it's time to focus on the images. For that, you can just take a screenshot of any part of the video you like, since the video was made using your AI CapCut video maker. It's basically all still images anyway. Just grab a clean screenshot, import it into Canva, and drag it onto your workspace. Now, once you import it into your workspace, the next step is to remove the background. You can just use Canva's built-in background remover to do that. It's super easy. This way, you're left with just the character. For this example, I'm working with an old lady character, since the video is about historical healers, specifically women. I will just adjust everything to make sure the layout looks clean and balanced on the thumbnail. Now, you can totally repeat this process as many times as you want because they usually use multiple images or objects in their thumbnails. So if we're really trying to replicate their style, we'll also need to add several visuals to our own thumbnail to match that same look and feel. Now, once everything's done and looks good, just go ahead and export your new thumbnail. And that's it. I just walked you through how to create your full video and even your thumbnail from scratch, fully copying the exact method this new niche and channel uses. Now, here's the full video of what we created, start to finish.
Hey everyone, welcome to the series. Tonight we begin not with a knight or a king, but with something far more mysterious and vital, medieval healing. If you enjoy this deep dive, please like the video and subscribe. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from. Now, dim the lights, maybe light a beeswax candle, and let the soft rustle of parchment guide you. So imagine you're a peasant in 14th century England. Your doctor is the village wise woman who wanders between mud-dyed cottages carrying a basket of roots. She chants over yarrow and feverfew. If you cough, she'll grind willow bark into a bitter tea. Tokens of hope include a sprig of lavender pinned to your tunic, warding off evil humours. Let's say you're a noble heiress with a cough that won't quit. Your father summons a barber surgeon, razor in one hand, leech jar in the other. He'll bleed you at the elbow, swaddle you in wool, and prescribe a poultice of violets. If that fails, he consults an astrological chart. Is Mars in retreat? He might adjust your diet. No more roast boar, only pottage. You finally stumble into a monastery's herb garden. Here, Benedictine monks tend physic gardens, chicory, comfrey, and mandrake. Sister Eliana, a nun rumored to whisper prayers of Salerno, blends honey and crushed mint to staunch bleeding. When the Black Death looms, she defies the Inquisition, slipping boiled rosemary leaves into dying hands. Her compassion becomes legend. At harvest festivals, wandering apothecaries peddle miracle balms beside falconers, but not all are benign. A healer accused of witchcraft might be chased out of town, her mortar shattered. Yet knowledge survives, in recipes scribbled on vellum, shared in hushed tones, and in women's hands that learn which herbs ward off fever. In a world without modern hospitals, healing was as much art as faith, a tapestry woven from earth, prayer, and courage. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.